Hey, it's Corey, also known around these parts as Mrs. Dovetail. So Jared asked me what I wanted to do for my birthday this week. And I told him I was ready to get out of the office, outside, and actually build something. So we had a project in mind for a while and the materials on hand, or at least the logs, to build a 12 by 16 skid cabin with the idea that we'd have the option to move it down the road if we wanted to later on. So that's what we did. We roped my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law into the project. So come along with us as we dovetail some logs and build the walls of our cabin. We're going to start with a half log and work our way all the way up to the top, rough in a door and window opening, and get ourselves set up for the roof structure. Wait, I'm stronger with my gloves up, sure. That's what my mom liked.
I like that. I am. All right, somebody better choose what's up and what's out. So we need an arrow that points out, right? Boss lady with the big stick, with the big pencil. Is this the 3 women building a cabin video?
Would you like an earplug?
Here. Guides aren't staying on the rails.
Are they sloppy?
They're super sloppy. They're not.
Jared, we need to tighten up. Don't worry if it feels a little slow on the start. Get set up right, and you'll more than make up for it. The Dovetail Cabin Tools jig accommodates a plus or minus variance of 1/4 of an inch on your log width. So the bar guides likewise need to be adjustable. That's why we put a slot in the bar when we set it up for you. You want the guides just wide enough to slide down the rails of the jig easily, but no wider.
Okay, go grinder.
Now that's a block.
Yeah,
That's a block.
That's a bench block. That's a bench building block. I actually get to use something that I built. It's amazing. Fingers out of the way.
You want that the same way?
Huh?
That one's going down there.
Fat side is always on the fat side, right? So
Oh, I don't know.
This is the fat side.
Okay.
And that's a fat side. Does that line up accordingly, boss?
Looks great.
You weren't down over here. Oh, she did hit that thing, huh? Oh, sorry.
This is why it's bad to have a whole bunch of women trying to build a cabin.
help her roll it? Or not?
I have leverage.
Grinder is a strong bohemian woman.
Damn freaking Skippy I am. So it's done,
Aim
boss.
a little higher next time.
Oh, so you can catch it? Okay.
And with that, Grinder has just cut her first dovetail. Guess we might have to let her out of the shop every now and then. So now that we know our crew can cut dovetails, we're going to speed things up a little. We need to dovetail one more 16-footer and a 12-footer that will turn into our half log for the first course. So we took a whole log and dovetailed it on the center line to make sure we're absolutely even on both sides. And you'll see that center line down the middle of the log. Now we're going to rip it in half, and that's going to be our half logs to start our walls. So here we've got our first course down, our two 12-foot half logs on the front and the back, and then two full 16-foot logs on the sides. And here we're stretching a tape across the diagonal to get a measurement so we can square it up. This side ended up being 2 inches long, so Grinder tapped her corner in 1 inch, which Jared reminded us, affected the other side, and made us even. So now that the first course is down and square, it's a matter of repeating the same steps for the second course and all the ones to come after that. So first, use your jig to make your end cut. Then you can take an accurate length measurement and mark it on the other end of your log. You flip your jig around with the skinny side on what will be the outside of your wall. Clamp her down good and tight and cut your dovetail. It's really nice to have somebody else on the other end of your log to help you roll it, especially if the logs are bigger. These are 4x8s, so they're not bad. You do end up leaving little cutoffs everywhere, though. Good idea to get them picked up and out of the way so somebody doesn't step on them and twist an ankle. So these logs are pine. They've sat in a stack and dried for a while, and they're 4x8s. So it makes it pretty easy to carry them when your stack is still short. Best way to place the log is to lay it flat with the top towards the inside of your building, and then line it up with the log beneath it so that the shoulder of the log on top hangs just over the shoulder of the log on the bottom. Then you can just roll it right into place. Here's the other 12-footer for the front of the cabin. It's going to do the same thing. Always good to communicate with the person on the other end of your log. Make sure you're lined up. And a good tap to make sure everything seats. You'll see Jared out from behind the camera in a little bit, and he's running a slick because we were undercutting just a touch in some of these joints, so that just cleaned them out so they would seat down properly. I told Jared's mom I wanted her to come cut a dovetail for my birthday, and she did. We are so proud of her. Grinder was here helping us out. We just took it easy, had a nice leisurely build, had to break for some rain, but we made good progress. We're about 4 courses high on this little build, and you can see we've roughed in 2 openings. This is going to be where the door will be. It's a little undersized, but it gives us access in and out as we stack the walls higher. And then you can see we've just begun over here. This is going to be a window, and this serves the purpose of saving logs. Basically, we don't have extra logs for this project, we'll put it that way, so we're looking to maximize what we have, and that just allows us to use our log lengths a little better. And right here you can also see the gaps in between each log. That's called the chink gap. And what'll happen is we'll come in with a foam backer rod and then come over the top of it with just a 1/4 inch of synthetic chinking. We've chosen to go with Log Jam by Sashco. They make a really good product. And we'll do that on the outside and then repeat that process on the inside as well. And what that does is it seals an air gap in between, and that air, because it can't move, provides great insulation. Another thing you'll notice is that we've chosen to use logs that have wane or live edge. Yes, we will remove the bark before we're done because that holds moisture and that will cause rot. So that'll all come off, but you'll have this nice live edge right here. And I love it because it gives more character to the cabin. I love the irregularity that adds to that chink gap. And the blocking that you see is just to maintain the chink gap so we get everything fit up well. In 5 hours that included rain delays, 3 women used this jig to stack these logs to build this cabin without any heavy machinery. What did you do for your birthday?